Well, the Triangle is home to a large Ukrainian population, including many refugees who came here from Ukraine during the ongoing war. They say they have been following this summit closely, and while they're disappointed to see what happened, they're not giving up hope. A world away from Chapel Hill, Natalia Bondarenko experiencing a much different life, visiting Kyiv last month. In the capital of her home country, signs the war still raging. People taking shelter from rockets in the metro.
It's like there's nothing you can do. You have to spend the night and you have to put your children between the trains on a blanket, on a mattress. And this is how people have been surviving for more than 3 years now. Yeah, that was painful to me.
But she says it was an important trip home. Natalia, who now teaches at UNC, got a chance to meet with Ukrainian POWs released back from Russia.
They share awful stories how you can be tortured for example, for praying.
She says she wants to see the war end, but says the summit that excluded Zelensky wasn't the way to do it. Especially, she says, with Putin being welcomed with respect on American soil.
The way I see it is this murderer, the dictator, Vladimir Putin, should be judged and should be, at this time, in jail, not shaking hands with the leader of a free world, not being accepted by the greatest democracy in the world. This is all just insane.
President Trump announcing no deal was made during the Alaska meeting with Putin, and for many Ukrainians, any territory being ceded to Russia would be a non-starter.
The land swap might seem like a good solution. For Ukrainians, it's not as much about the land, it is about the people who live on that territory. And we have seen the horrors that people have to go through under Russian occupation.
Professor Graham Robertson at UNC has studied the region for decades. He says the meeting was more about optics and doesn't see Ukraine wanting to lose territory or Russia willing to give up its invasion of Ukraine.
I see this thing grinding on for maybe another year, who knows, but certainly the odds of there being a settlement now I think are pretty small.
But for Ukrainians in the Triangle, grateful for the support from the place they now have to call home for now.
Did you notice how many Ukrainian flags were there? How much of support from American society we have? We cannot lose our hope.
Now, the next step in all this that Ukrainians say they're going to be paying close attention to is when President Vladimir Zelensky meets with President Trump in Washington this week. In Chapel Hill, Tom George, ABC 11, Eyewitness News.